Hey everybody. Because of the way that I've created my space, I decided to just film a short video instead of taking pictures of it because I thought it'd be easier so I could walk through and explain everything. So what I'm using here is a digital art tool called Occupy White Walls, where you can build a digital gallery space and walk through it. It's mostly a leisure game that I've been playing for a little while now, but um, I thought it would be fun to use it for this as well. So as an introduction to my exhibit is called The Exiled Ostriches, and it is an exploration of how we see gay art and queer art in general. Because most of the time when we're viewing queer artists, they tend to be uh, cis white male artists. And so my revision is showing that there's more to the non-straight art space than just, gay artists from the 60s. So what we have here once we come in is I've created an outdoor space with these sort of wooden walls, and all around are in rainbow names of very famous gay artists that fit the nomenclature that I just said. So, white, male, that kind of thing. In the middle here, we have a little tower of rainbow wooden blocks around around which there's a fountain, and in that fountain, sort of in front of that fountain with a glass box around it. I use these they're like Christmas trees to show that there's like water coming out. But I wanted to put in front of that, protected by a glass box, the work Target by Jasper Johns, which we talked about in class, as a very famous work of gay art, one done by a white man, um, but also as one that talks about the inner circle and you know how gay artists were or artists in general were sort of excluded in a lot of ways. And so now we have this very circular design of the path, showing that there is sort of a new inner circle of white hegemony. So as we come around here, we can see some more names, and then into the main gallery space where I have my artworks. So this software does have a lot of paintings, but it doesn't have copyrighted works. So later on, when I'm uh, turning this in, I'll be photoshopping the works onto these myself. But as of right now, we have stand-ins. So once you walk into this much more open, less circular space, you'll be greeted with this extremely large work, The Resurgence of the People by Kent Monkman, which I can show you. Oh, here's a Target by Jasper Johns as an example. So you can see this circular pattern that I'm going for. And then this is the work by Kent Monkman that I'll be displaying on this wall as sort of a large piece that sort of strikes you, and is reminiscent of Washington Crossing in Delaware, except this time with, you know, uh, a non-white person who is cross-dressing at this point. And so, a reversion of that. Going on from there, we've got two portraits opposite of each other. We have a portrait of Andre Stilt by Kendra Wiley, which is also a riff on. So this is what that is right there. And then across from that, we have another portrait. We talked about that work in class too. He's also the artist who did Obama's portrait. Um, but I like that work better. I think it works better for this exhibition. Here we have a work by Zanel Muhami, which is an artist we did not talk about in class, but that I really love and is right now exhibiting in the Tate. Here's the work that I chose. She's a non-binary Black artist, and so you're getting sort of a little bit of everything: pop culture, act culture that she's experienced, you know, not queer culture with the big dangly earrings, um, and the black and white sort of um, style of old colonialist photos of African women and men. Next, we have up here, we have um, two pictures. This one is You're Seeing Less Than Half the Picture by the Gorilla Girls, which has queer women in the group, but I really like this piece specifically because it says you're seeing less than half the picture without the vision of women and artists of color. So that's sort of the message that I'm going with in this whole sort of thing, is that Locke, sort of hidden away in the back, is this really treasure trove of beautiful art. And speaking of this sort of beautiful art, Bernice Bing is an artist that we didn't talk about in class, but I really love. I have learned to love this photo, or this painting by her, is really, really good. I have a soft spot for abstraction and abstract expressionism, which is dominated by these huge sort of masculine bombastic figures, but this is a non-white gay woman, showing the same pomp and circumstance, and creating just as quality works as some of the greats. I plan to put my exhibition explanation here, that explains both of the spaces, so that you're sort of just hit with this space and the sort of grandeur of it before you can get into the explanation in here with the more contemplative works. This stuff in the background up here is unrelated. That's part of uh, my museum in the actual game. But yeah, so I thought this would be a neat way to do it. Um, I have been having a lot of fun with this project, and being able to create this in physical space was really cool. So yeah, I'm excited to hear from you guys and see yours, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.